Oh, the other thing that I did was I got a Kegel bell, which is a kettlebell for your vagina. And it's a ball that you hold onto, and then you attach weights to the ball. And so it's I've worked up to 250 grams that I can bench. That's like a lot. I mean, that's like
how much time do you put in a day? How much time do you put in?
I do it for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
And they say if you're going to walk around with that, you got to wear shoes. So I have been really not been wearing shoes because I wouldn't, but I just kind of that's the way I really won't drop it.
Does it just work in the front?
No, because it works your whole back. Well, no, you know, maybe you could adapt it. I mean, you could put it in your asshole.
Yeah, that's
I don't see why you can't. I mean, I don't see why you can't put it in your asshole. I just think that your asshole is just going to have, because your asshole has more to like chew on every day. So it's not as if, it's not like your pussy. Your pussy doesn't always have, it's like, you know, your pussy doesn't have gum. Your asshole has gum, like legit something in it to hold all the time. And then so it's kind of, you know, it's a different animal.
I kept thinking, Trump is like your daughter is dating a sociopath. What are you supposed to do about it? You're going to freaking think about it all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's never not going to be in your head. Your daughter's dating a sociopath. Like, you can't let it go. You can't get away from it. There's no vacation that the sociopathic boyfriend isn't also on. Like the whole idea that I could be fucking rid of this guy out of my head.
I know it could happen.
What's he gonna? What
I feel like we're walking over ice with like a killer like tracking us. It's very scary.
Here's what I think he's gonna do in the White House. He's gonna go to a Hallmark store and get those cards that play Happy Birthday over and over again, the little computer thing, and put them like in door jams and under mattresses where you can't possibly find them.
I am so relieved. I heard so many different rumors from people when I was phone banking that I was like, this country's ill. This country, maybe it's just people who pick up the phone in this country that are ill, but like,
right.
Holy shit. Like one guy like tried to tell me about QAnon. He was like, you know, Democrats, they feed on this gland, this adrenal gland that's powered by the screams and terror of children. And I was like, that is the plot of Monsters, Inc., the Pixar movie.
Here's the thing. Everybody all of a sudden got a big heart on about the cosmetics fridge, the skincare fridge. And as you know how I feel about those.
I have a similar thing about the nesting balls.
You already have a cosmetics fridge. It's where you're keeping your milk. And I'm just saying, you know, if you're like, Jesus Christ, I got an extra $1,000, it's killing me. Then get a little tiny fridge for your bathroom. But if you don't have an extra $1,000, you know what you can do? Just like scooch over like a quarter pound of cheese or something. Just scoot it over and just put the ointment right in there. And it, you know what it does? It gets cold in there. It gets cold in there. And I don't know anybody who lives in a house that's so palatial or big that they're like, I'm walking all the way. Sometimes I need that cream and I can't make it to the fridge.
Also, there's a lot of things in your fridge that are actually good for your face. You can just use the same, really. Sure.
You already have a cosmetics fridge. And you know what I'm saying? Everybody in the world has already heard me say this, but you already have nesting bowls. Stack the fucking bowls. See what happens. It's magic.
I go and there's a big dumpster in front of the, the storage place. And there's a guy there and we're like, here, take it. And Lisa gives it to him and he takes it. And then some guy on his bike drives by, is like, you can't throw that out. We're like, what? Oh no, you can't throw that out. Whose is that? We're like, well, it was my kids. God, Jesus bless her children. Wait a minute. Jesus, I have 2 prayers for you. Jesus, bless your children. And Jesus made your children's legs always walk. And I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck is happening? I just want to throw out this fucking sled. So then Elisa, who has to talk to everyone, who yells at me for talk, she's like, yeah, you can't. You get a lot of money for that. She's like, you can? I'm like, no, please. I did something mature. I let go of the fucking thing. And then he's like, wait, I have another prayer for you. I'm like, oh my God. Finally, I said, we're Jewish. And then he said, well, Jesus was Jewish. And I was like, yeah, look at all the fucking problems he caused. Now, and we took the fucking sled back. We put it in the car. I have the sled in Elisa's storage unit downstairs.
Change makes us so